So I went to my brother's place in Los Angeles. We had dinner, and afterwards I called a friend, and I said, tell me about your life, and I'll tell you about my life. And I told him about my guru and my teachings and my spiritual experiences. How do they match to yours? And we matched spiritual experiences and all that. And then he said, what are you doing tomorrow? I said, I'm waiting for springtime. I'm doing nothing. So he said, I'd like you to meet this guy. His name is Franklin Jones. Adidas born family name. So I said, Franklin Jones. I was with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And then I was with Paramahansa Yogananda. And now I'm with Swami Humpty up and Swami here and Swami and Swami. And you want to meet somebody named Franklin Jones? I said, why? He said, he's a good man. He has good energy. Go, I'll meet a good man with good energy, whatever that meant. Huh? So I said, okay, and we said goodnight. And next morning I had breakfast with my brother and sister-in-law. I went off and I said, I'll be back for dinner. I'll be gone for a couple hours. So I go down to Melrose Avenue in Hollywood, California. And there was a store that had been, I think it was a monogram store. They put monograms on clothing, And they had converted it into, which I don't know what it was going to be, but there's a couple of guys painting on the ceiling and there were drop cloths on the floor. Smell of fresh paint in the air. Clearly, they're changing the place into something else. And my friend and I talked in the middle of the room. We just talked about nothing, social little conversation. After about maybe 10 minutes or so, the front door opened. Franklin Jones walked in. I turned. The second I saw him, I felt something that overwhelmed my body. It was an overwhelming happiness to see this person. Overwhelming. From the point of view of that time and lack of us understanding these things, I was really happy to see him. Like if I hadn't seen my best friend for 40 years. And I watched him as he walked around the room to figure, why do I feel so happy to see him? I will explain that, but let me clarify what that really felt like. In deeper understanding of what it's all about, an enlightened being, as Franklin Jones is, has no self-defense. There's no protection. There's raw condition. And his raw condition is his state, which is love, bliss. It radiates from his being. So love from his being affected my being, and my heart opened up, because that's where love is, it's in the heart, opened up with this feeling of overwhelming love. And it wasn't love for him, it was I was love. And the mood was that there was no separation. The condition was love. But that was only recognized later. At the time, walking around the room, I'm feeling this joy through the whole body, and it was actually a significant quality. And then I got it. We must have gone to high school together. 1957, Brighton High, and I was sure of it. And that's which class, and how often did I see him, and why do I like him so much? I couldn't get it, but that's the mind without a serious understanding goes to the superficial level. So I waited for the opportunity to meet him, and I was introduced to him right in the middle of the room. And they said, "This is Franklin Jones, and this is me, Jerry Scheinfeld." And I expected I was going to say, "Hi, Brighton High, remember me?" But instead, immediately he said, "What are you doing?" And he didn't speak superficially. He spoke with he was inquiring, what's my life about? Or what am I doing? That's what it felt like. So I wasn't going to say why I'm standing there. I had to answer him, what am I doing? So I started to say, well, I'm with a guru. You know about guru? Because all I know is he's a nice man with good energy. Yeah? And when he came in the room, I knew him from Brighton High. So I said, I'm with a guru in Northern California. His name is Paramahansa Yogananda. And I'm waiting for the springtime to go back there. He said, that's nice. What are you doing tonight? Nothing special. He says, well, a few of us are going to get together. You see, there was no ashram. There was no formality about anything. This man walked in off the street. He said, a few of us are going to get together, and you should come. I didn't know if it was just a social, you come because you're here, but I said, should I really come? He said, yeah, you should come. I said, okay. And then he walked away. I knew immediately I had not gone to high school with him. I also knew that I really liked him. There was something about his straightness. He spoke out of his feeling. There was something about it that just was natural, and it was just pleasant. And I was also really attracted to this energy in my own body. Right? I spent a little time with my friends. Franklin left, and I went with my friend to his house. I met his wife and his child, and we talked. I had some dinner over there, and we talked a little while, and then we went over to the meeting. Now, the first contact I ever had with Franklin Jones was his spiritual transmission opened my heart, showed me that my true condition is love, bliss, prior to the act of separation. And that there's no separation in love, bliss. It's a condition of existence. Whatever that meant, but that's what was given. So we had dinner, and then we went off to the meeting that I was invited to come to.